They say anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation, but I don't think they even envisioned streaming Raw live on Netflix back in 1993. The longest-running weekly episodic television show in cable history has now become the longest-running weekly episodic wrestling show in streaming history, with a streak of 1 episode. But what an episode it was. The show opened with the ring hidden behind a giant curtain as a video package narrated by Triple H told the history of wrestling. As the video concluded, the curtains fell in the Intuit Dome and Triple H stood in the ring hyping up the live audience and welcoming us to the Netflix era. Not to be outdone, The Rock came out next to an unbelievable ovation before seemingly forgetting he was the heel final boss. The Rock announces that this was the largest arena gate in WWE history, and then The Rock acknowledged the Netflix executives sitting high in their skybox before acknowledging WWE Champion Cody Rhodes, who was sat front row. The Rock also acknowledged Roman Reigns, calling him the Tribal Chief. What happened to his hatred towards Cody Rhodes? What happened to his uncertainty with Roman Reigns? What about that weird stare down at the end of Bad Blood? We also got to look at the new aesthetics of Raw on Netflix as we saw the traditional ring canvas swapped for a black canvas covered in sponsorship logos. Everything from Fortnite to Cricket Wireless to Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer to even Netflix itself now cover the once sacred canvas. Don't tell Gunther. Also, the referees got an update. Gone are the traditional zebra stripes, and in their place, a new gray with black accent attire. Gotta stay hip and demure. I have no idea if I said that right. We also got a fancy new announce table that seems indestructible based on the amount of abuse it took last night. I'm truly intrigued to see if this table ever gets broken again. The first match on the Netflix era was more of a fight than a match, as Roman Reigns battled Solo Sikoa in tribal combat to determine who would be the one tribal chief. Paul Heyman watched on from ringside holding the Ulafala as Roman Reigns defeated Solo Sikoa to officially become the OTC once again. This match was a weapon-filled brawl that saw interference from the Bloodline, Sami Zayn, Jimmy Uso, Kevin Owens, and Cody Rhodes, even though the interference is supposed to be banned in tribal combat. Nonetheless, the exciting match concluded with Roman Reigns spearing Solo Sikoa before The Rock came out and came face-to-face with his cousin. After a few moments, The Rock placed the Ulafala around Roman's neck, seemingly acknowledging our tribal chief. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods were interviewed in the arena, claiming that LA didn't deserve to see them wrestle, canceling their seemingly announced tag match against Rey Mysterio and a mystery partner. We did, however, get another tease for the rumored partner of Rey Mysterio as the name Penta appeared on the screen. Someone who did appear on Raw last night was John Cena, who began the John Cena Farewell Tour and stated how he hasn't won a match in over 2,400 days. Except he did win a match 8 months ago on Raw when he teamed with The Miz and his #1 fan R-Truth. Don't you lie to me, Peacemaker. Regardless, John Cena said it's almost impossible for him to win his 17th World Championship and that he'd need a miracle to even get a championship match. A miracle like winning the Royal Rumble match, which gives John Cena a crazy idea as he officially declares himself for the 2025 Royal Rumble match in February. The Royal Rumble in February just sounds weird. Not as weird as the Rumble in Riyadh, though. But I digress. We get a hype package for the formerly retiring Logan Paul, who was one of the many wrestlers and celebrities sitting in the audience last night at Raw. Logan will be full-time on the Raw brand moving forward. Also in the audience last night were such celebrities as Seth Green, Macaulay Culkin, Gabriel Iglesias, Ashton Kutcher, Wale, Vanessa Hudgens, Bill Simmons, and Topanga and Eric from Boy Meets World. I didn't forget about you, Will Friedle. Back to the wrestling, Rhea Ripley finally vanquished Liv Morgan, defeating her for the Women's World Championship last night. The match was originally scheduled to be a last woman standing match, but when the bell rang, it just wasn't. After the match, Dirty Dom tried to reconcile with Mommy, but what he got instead was a low blow and a riptide. After the match, Rhea stopped at the entranceway as it felt like someone was about to interrupt her moment. Maybe a returning Charlotte Flair, maybe Becky Lynch. Nope, it was The Undertaker, riding his motorcycle before the two raised their fists in the air. A cool moment, but when Body Slam reports earlier in the day that Becky Lynch was backstage at the show, it's kind of underwhelming. We'll have to wait a bit longer for Becky Lynch's return, it seems. Backstage, Adam Pearce was shown talking to Bayley, hinting at her switching brands in the transfer window from SmackDown to Raw, before Chad Gable and American Made entered, with Chad demanding Adam Pearce to find the best luchador he could for a match next week. This will no doubt be the debut of Penta, and I cannot wait for this match. We get footage from The Rock's Instagram page as he leaves the arena and shares a drink with Cody Rhodes, so their feud is officially over. Also, The Rock announced he will be on NXT tonight. The Rock on NXT sounds like someone's WWE Universe mode has lost its freaking mind. Travis Scott is shown in the crowd, becoming the first person to smoke weed openly on Raw. What a time to be alive. Travis accompanies main event Jey Uso to the ring for his match with Drew McIntyre. After a back-and-forth match, Jey uses the most dangerous move in wrestling, the surprise roll-up, to score a big win over Drew McIntyre. After the match, we get a video package for the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther, and then the New Day interrupt a backstage promo with Gabriel Iglesias. Alpha Academy enter the shot and make jokes with Fluffy before he leaves chanting "New Day sucks." We may never hear the New Day's reasoning for attacking Big E a few weeks ago. We then cut to Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, who are planning a date for the Tribal Chief Acknowledgement Ceremony. They land on Monday, January 27th, when Raw is in Atlanta, the same night rumored for a Goldberg return. The two then enter a door with a WWE 2K25 logo on it. On social media last night, the first screenshots were then revealed for the game, showing Liv Morgan, Bayley, Damian Priest, CM Punk, and WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. We get an interview with the Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. Rhea reinforces the fact that Mommy is back on top before Damian Priest reveals his match next week with Finn Balor will be a street fight. Next week might finally be the end of the Terror Twins Judgment Day feud. It is time for everyone to move on to something new. Also announced for Raw next week, in addition to the street fight and Chad Gable's Luchador Challenge, which will surely be accepted by Penta, Sheamus will take on Ludwig Kaiser, and Dakota Kai and Lyra Valkyria will clash in the finals of the Women's Intercontinental Championship Tournament. Hulk Hogan's music then hits, which the crowd instantly cheer for. But then once the music fades and the Hulkster appears, the cheers turn to loud and continuous boos for the Hulkster. Hogan puts over the fans, Netflix, and his Real American Beer before ripping his shirt, all to a chorus of boos. In a wild and exciting main event, CM Punk defeated Seth Rollins after 2 go-to-sleeps, and then in a web-exclusive post-match promo, CM Punk tells Jackie Redmond he has intentions for the Royal Rumble. He also dedicated his win for Chad Gilbert, the guitarist from Newfound Glory, who has been diagnosed with cancer, and Chris Bay, who suffered a severe neck injury on a TNA show. CM Punk calls himself clutch and reiterates the fact that he is the best in the world, as he is now focused on WrestleMania in a World Championship match. Overall, this Netflix premiere will be remembered more for the moments than any of the matches. As an introduction to the Netflix audience, this show made WWE look and feel like a big deal. For the hardcore wrestling fans who were hoping for more of an episodic feel with a lot of storyline progressions, this wasn't it. In the post-show press conference, Triple H did state that next week the show will feel more episodic, so we'll have to see what Raw looks like moving forward. But either way, it was an exciting start to a new era in WWE. But what did you think of the show? Let us know in the comments below, and let us know if you want to see more current topics covered here on the channel. Coming soon, we will have our AEW predictions for 2025, as well as predictions for the rest of the pro wrestling world, as well as our review of In Your House 5 Seasons Beatings. But for now, go ahead and check out our other episodes, like our ECW Ultimate Jeopardy 1995 review, as well as our predictions for WWE in 2025. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we will see you next time.
Say goodbye to all the hardcore fans, Charlie. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.